students who are online. Am I audible, students?
This meeting is being recorded.
Students, I already said in the class, the class will start sharp at, already I said in the last Saturday only, sharp at 6:15 it will start. Sharp at 6:15 it will start. Okay. So again and again, I need not to say sharp at 6:15. I already said in the last Saturday only. Okay. So now I'm going to, already my subject was started. The subject was started. So coming to the top, some Thakur Ganesh. Today our Ganesh immersion sir, full of notes, noise, but first. So here students, there is no such silence. All the disturbances are not there. Everything is perfect. Now let us concentrate on the subject now. Go to the place. Last class I already started with the topic which I already said, advantages of Numpy and introduction to Numpy and many more things I said, right? And last class I did not say any programmatic things. I did not say, just only started with the functions. These things I started with. Did not give any type of executable statement kind of thing. I did not give. And today onwards, I will be sending the examples. Okay. So when I do anything on the place of what? Jupyter notebook, I'll send you that entire thing in the form of what? PDF format I will send. You will get text document as well as PDF document also you will come across. Okay now? So class will start at 6:15, not at 6:20. Okay now? Already made it last Saturday only clear. So today I'm going for what? Array. So I'm going to talk about the array concept I'm going to discuss. So the first approach, I'm going to discuss this functions one by one. Learning Numpy, Pandas, Matplotlib is nothing but learning about the coding aspect for learning data science. So something like what? Data science or AI or ML or DL. Anything you want to learn out of these many things, if you want to learn it, either data science or AI or ML or DL, anything related to these things. First thing is called, there contains what? Algorithms will be present. There are lot of algorithms will present. Lot of algorithms will be present. Those algorithms implemented by using the Python code. Implemented by using Python code. This Python code uses modules of Python language. I want to make it very clear. That are called what? First party modules, which I already said in the Python classes regularly in the class. And next we are talking about what? Third party modules. Third party modules like, there we are going to talk about Numpy. And next is called what? Pandas. And next is called Matplotlib. These things are essential modules for learning of these kind of things. Algorithms, the faculty has to explain there perfectly. Those algorithms implemented, that is a coding starts with Python code only, you will write it. So that Python code contains, number one, modules of Python software developed by Guido van Rossum. And third party modules are developed by various scientists. Is a overall picture about it. Something like, when you take about academic point of view, data structures you take it. This is containing what? Algorithms. This is containing algorithms will be present over there. These algorithms can be implemented. You already know this. can be implemented by using which language? C language you can implement, C++ you can implement, C++ you can implement, Java you can implement, Python you can implement, C#.net also you can implement. These are all called what? Coding. Without knowing coding, even if you learn algorithms and etc., nothing will happen. Here also same. Data science are nothing but these things are called algorithms will be there, models will be there. Those models implemented by using Python code. So Python code and all these coding related techniques you are learning in my class, and those things you are implementing with algorithms. So the at the time of learning this kind of thing, a big alert I am telling to everybody. Please ensure that don't learn theory there. Don't learn theory. You try to see from the day 1, day 2, day 3. After 3 days, next day onwards, see the coding directly. See the explanation of algorithm and implementation of Python code directly. Understand? That code you can easily write once you read our Python notes and then these kind of things. Something like this. Stacks concept, for example, stack algorithm, stack implementation by using C, C++, Java, Python, and C#.net. This is an actual mechanism we are going to supposed to learn in the class. Okay, now? So don't expect data science related algorithms in my class because it's a never ending story. Because if I go to that, it's a never ending story. It takes a lot of time. So there I'm making you to learn the coding for learning those algorithms. So if the person explain algorithm properly there, you can write the coding very well. Understand? For example, take an example of concept of pickling. You take the concept of pickling in files. So pickling concept has to explain by me very perfectly. So that module of pickling is what? Pickle module. There in that dump function and then load function in our Python level is there. If I cover the concept of files there, you will come across this. So concept has to explain very perfectly so that you can write the coding well. If they don't explain concept properly, algorithm properly, definitely we can't write the coding well. So you have to ensure what? Concept should be explained, algorithm should be explained, automatically you will get the coding. So I will teach the complete concept of this Numpy related. That's why I'm going to first preference is giving completely coding only. So let us go to the topic of it. Array concept I'm going to discuss. Array concept I'm going to start discussing now. So go to the place array concept we are going to enter. What is the use of this array? The function array syntax I will write it. The function array syntax I'm going to write it. Carefully try to follow. So now I'm going to enter into variable name is equal to numpy dot what? Array. What is the numpy already said? Module. Numpy is a module. Array is a function in that. How you can access this function generally? Every function is a part of the module. Module name dot function name. There I will take it object comma d type I will write it. I will explain what is the use of this function. In another way, this is called syntax number 1. Another syntax also I will take it. The another syntax is called what import. This is of course here also I need to say import numpy. This is one thing. You can also import numpy as what? Alias name. Alias name is nothing but alternative name to the module. Why? Suppose I want to call array around 4 times in my Python program or in data science algorithm implementation. I don't want to write 4 times numpy, numpy, 4 times I don't want to write. It's my time waste. That's why I'll go for what? Shortcut as what? NP. So that I can write what here? NP dot. So rather than typing 5 letters, I will write only 2 letters I will type. So it is saving my time, right? So generally, when you are having big name, your parents will call on which name? Nickname. That nickname itself is known as what, my dear students? Alias name. So let us start with the syntax number one, syntax number two. Import numpy as np, np dot array of what? Object comma what? D type. So what is the use of this function? The purpose of this function is, I am writing, the array function is used for converting converting the traditional Python objects, the traditional Python objects, traditional Python objects into ND array object. ND array object. Last class I said, see students, if any time when you are coming to Python, once you try to memorize what is ND array, what is ND array, just tell me for my satisfaction. ND array is one of the predefined class present into NumPy model. First point. Second point is what? An object of ND array is used for storing the data in the form of one-dimensional, two-dimensional, n-dimensional. So in the entire Python programming, that to NumPy when I come, data always stored in the form of what? One object, that is ND array object. Throughout the entire NumPy, stored in the form of what? ND array object only. When I go to pandas, three objects it is going to store. One is a series object, one more is a data frame object, one is a panel object. And strictly saying that it is coming always in form of two forms only. Series and then what? Data frame. When you go to higher level coding now, it is dead easy for you. Okay, na? So for my satisfaction, all of you understood. ND array, daily I need not to say. When I say ND array object, don't get confused. ND array is a class whose object allows us to store the data in the form of 1D, 2D, ND. Now I'm going to explain. Once you understand this function very well, now the rest of the functions will be dead easy for me to explain. So first fully concentrate on this area. Here variable name, this one I am talking about here, variable name is an object of class what is this now? NumPy dot ND array. And the other batch students must be careful enough, my dear students. This is a class name because this I used to show you in my classes from the day one onwards. What is this ND array? Class present in which module? NumPy module. It's a day one onwards I used to show my class. Others has to acquaint, please, all of you. And when I say other batch students, don't feel it because special concentration in on other batch students only. Because I have to give some special carefulness on you because I have to take into my subject conversion part. That's why I'm giving some special concentration. And NP is called what? Predefined module, and NP is called what? Alias name. Now I'm going to talk. Sir, what are the traditional Python objects generally we can come across? Here I'm writing the traditional Python objects conversion. The traditional Python objects are, I'm going to talk about many traditional Python objects I'm going to take up. Because when we are getting training on this area, we have to concentrate on multiple things. One is how to become a certified candidate in where? NumPy pandas, Matplotlib as a data scientist with Python. Number one, certification NASCAM people are conducting. Number two, how to survive in the industry with Python, these modules in data science. These two things you have to take care. So certification is important because when you go to product-based companies, they will expect what? Certification. How do you know that you are a BTech? You are showing your memo or not? Like that, how do you show that you are an expert in coding? You have to show some authorized body has to give the certification for you. That too, not a theoretical things. They will conduct coding things only. Especially follow me. That's more than enough. Number two, how to write the coding. How to write the code. That is also very important. Of course, that is easily coming. And to understand this coding, prerequisite is Python data types is mandatory, students. So what are the Python traditional objects? Number one, int. Number two, float. I'm going to convert all these things into what? Into float. All of them I'm converting into ND array. And next, 3, I'm going to take it as what? Bool. I will take it as a bool. I will take it as what? Complex. Complex. These are all called fundamental category data types. Especially next, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it. 50 is called what? STR. And the 60 is called what? Bytes. And the 70 is called what? Yes, this is known as what? Byte array. Byte array. All these things I was explained very clearly in my regular sessions. It is called a range. Next after that, what? List. It is called what? List. Now I'm going to take it. Tuple. Tuple. Next, set. Called what? Frozen set. Frozen set. Frozen set. Next is called what, mom? Dict. And the last one is good. So coming to the none type. None type I'm going to talk. Are you able to follow now? Good. Students, coming to the point of it. Coming to the point of it. Now I'm going to enter into the further. Coming to int float, these are all called what? Fundamental data type. This I used to discuss in my class as a part of any batch. If you take it, data types in Python. If you look at these many number of things are called. If you go to very clearly, I used to tell these are all called what? Data structures also we can call. Collection types they are called. Which category types they are called? Collection types they are going to be called. What are the collections? More number of values will be present. That's why they are known as what? Collection types they are called. But I used to address in my Python level itself. These many number of things I'm trying to convert into which variable? ND array variable. There I'm going to talk. Along with this conversion, I'm going to talk about ND array object attributes I'm going to discuss. Where the first discussion with the programmatically when I'm entering, it is going to be something like different. It is going to be because beginnings there is some confusion, some tension, and everything. Because if you are strong enough in Python coding, it is going to be dead easy, and it is going to be nothing here. So I'm going to enter into where converting different type of values into which type? ND array. Simultaneously, I will also discuss a separate area called what? ND array object. ND array object attributes I will discuss. Attributes of ND array or ND array object attributes. What are the attributes? Which we know already in the class. A is equal to 2 plus 3j. What this number is called? Complex number. To find the real part and imaginary part, we used to use attributes. What is that? A dot real, and the next is called what? A dot image. Simple, very, very easy. Real and image are called what? Predefined attributes. Like that, ND array object also. It is a complex object. It is a complex object. Complex object contains two attributes or not. Similarly, ND array object contains some attributes are present. So here I am writing here ND array object contains the following attributes. The following attributes. Just the names I will write it one by one. Later I will show one in the same class. Very good clarity I will give about that kind of things. Number one is called a D type. Spell out D type. Number two, I'm going to give you what? NDIM. Spell out NDIM stands for dimension. One dimension, two dimension, three. That N stands for what? One, two, three. Okay, now? Simple. Slowly I will explain. Try to get it. Next is called what? Shape. Shape. Shape is nothing but what I will tell you. Don't worry. Size, I will go for giving that. Number 5 is called item size is also there, student. Item size is also there. These are the attributes of ND array. Fixed. These are all called attributes of ND array. Spell out. I am not taking these attributes of ND array. I am talking the names. Don't become that much fan to me, okay? What are the attributes of ND array? Number of, like that. If I say attributes of ND array, you also don't spell out attributes of ND array. Are you kid or what? What are the attributes of ND array? A type, ND, shape, size. Good, good. Now let us start understanding about D type, ND, all of them one by one. Slowly I will explain. So what is the syntax for array? Variable name is equal to numpy dot array of object comma D type. D type. Let me go to the Jupyter notebook. I will launch it. I will launch it. Shall I launch this? Well, so have you installed the Jupyter notebook, students? Very good. Let me go to the Jupyter notebook here. And very shortly, I will give my Python notes to all the students who are available in my class and compare my Python notes with any of the person. And of course, I'm not saying very proud of it. Just observe it. And 75% above than every notes. I'm not saying X notes, Y notes, Z notes. 75% above for every notes. Then only you see my notes. Otherwise, no. So I will be giving such a great notes for you people that you go through it and try to understand. Go to the new notebook. So here I am going to talk about my topic is what? Creating an object of ND array. Creating an object of ND array. Object of ND array by using what is the function name? Array of. That is my title of this. That is the array of it. That is the title of it. Carefully follow, my dear students. So coming to this point, here I am writing. What is the syntax here? What is the syntax here for your understanding? Because I am sending from today onwards, this entire PDF I will give. PDF. How I will give file? Say download or something like. I will give it in the form of HTML version I will give. HTML version. HTML version means you need to open in browser only. Are you following? By pressing HTML file, right click on notepad, if you open it, all letters will come. I think you know how to do that. Okay. So when I say PDF, it is sometimes it is giving error. Sometimes it is giving error. Server error it is giving. It is not my error. It is by default that is having an error. So that's why don't expect this type of thing, students. So this is going to be that error is coming. So I'll give it in the form of HTML. That is a very good notation will come that you try to take care. Go to that numpy dot array of object comma D type. So D type. So here now I'm going to start. Relaxly you listen. I will go for it. Now I'm going to enter into the further. So here I'm going to take it. First time I'm taking the A because I'm going to show the conversions of what into float. One function if I explain for all of them, na, rest of them will be dead easy for you. If I just take like other websites, like normally if I explain, you will become different. So let us start understanding that. A is which type? A is which type? Here I am writing converting, converting which type value? Int type value into int type value into ND array. ND array. Generally, we never come across converting single value into ND array. But what values we will convert it? Large volume of values, large samplings of data only will convert into what? ND array. Because already you have seen it. ND array object will take less memory space when we go for large samplings of data. For small samples of data, Python objects are best. But we have already seen practically now like that. So I'm going to write it. Value of A is equal to dot format of A. So now I am going to write it. Type of A is equal to comma type of A. So I'm going to write it some line like this. some line like this I am writing. Are you following me? So because of that value is printed called what? 10. Is the format function, one of the syntax of what? Print statement. For other batch students, please follow this. If you want, you can write here also dot format of what? Type of A. Because when I used last time this format, one student come and asked me, sir, what is the format function? So format function is there in the Python level. You have lot 6 syntaxes are there to print the data using print. Okay. Now converting into what? Int type value into ND array. So I'm going to write it. ND array is equal to NDA is equal to NP dot. I'm going to import what? Numpy as NP. What is the Numpy? Third party module. By default provided by the Jupyter notebook, which I am converting into what? NP. So don't sit like that. So these are all different wrong positions. Like this, if you sit problem. So you have to sit like, look at students, when I'm saying something to girls or boys, in that span of time, you don't try to enjoy. If you enjoy now, you'll ask question to you directly. My class is something different. You enjoy what I'm talking to everybody. Why? Because if you sit like that, nothing will happen for me. But I want to make you alert in the class. If you sit like that, what will happen? You will go to flashback. Flashback. Cinemas, you are keeping like that. Going to something like keeping like that. Next like this. Next like this. Why all the tensions? Like that. Keep like how other girls are there. I will observe all your sitting moments also. Okay. Don't sit like other classes. Be alert in my class. NP dot array of A I am writing. What is the type of A, ma? Int. Int type. Int type. Print this A. Print of, I am writing value of what? NDA is equal to what? Type of A. NDA means I will write just a NDA. And the type of what? NDA. Type of NDA is equal to, comma, I will write it type of NDA. And don't come and ask me, sir, why you have written like that and why you are writing like that. Any one of the format I can do it. Okay, now? Like you are wearing different fashions. One day combing like that, one day combing like that, combing up and all like that. Different styles, enjoying the syntaxes. So I'm going to tell you this, you are going to print it. What is the way it is printing? You observe it. Output of that. Same thing you can write it in where PyCharm also you can write it. Same answer will be coming. Suppose if you are getting a problem of installing this Jupyter notebook, happily you try to do it in where PyCharm also no problem. PyCharm also no problem. So here value of a int is converted. Which one it is? ND array. What is ND array here? Class of what? Good. Now students, I am going to take up this ND array created. I want to print about, I want to print about which dimensions I want to print. Dimensions I want to print. Here I'm going to take up as it is. Next I'm going to print. What is the next I'm printing? Print of. I'm going to talk about print. First time I'm going to print dimension of NDA. NDA is an object of ND array, comma. What is this is called? Attribute. All the attributes will be called with respect to the ND array object. What is the syntax here? What is the syntax here? Object of what is this? ND array dot what? Attribute name. Attribute name. ND array object dot attribute name. Like complex object dot real. Complex object dot imag. It is the old story of Python only. Okay now. So go to this place and try to call NDA dot, come on, NDIM. So NDIM. This is the regularly asking NASCOM question in the industry. What is an answer? What is an answer? Option A 0, option B 1, option C 2, option D syntax error. Come on. Option B. Option B. That is the wrong answer. That is the wrong answer. So once we say one answer, that should be you should stand on that. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. That is not comes under multiple answers. Actually, if I am the question paper setter, I don't want to give this luck based exam A, B, C, D because people are changing their options. I will give what? Fill in the blank I will give. When we conducted placements, I only used to set the question paper for that. I only used to set the question paper for it. When you look at, we conducted very recently placement test on 4th 8th 2024. Maybe some of them written, I think so. So there it is going to be section 1. See the coding. This is the question pattern. You will get it in MNCs. They will give these questions and options. I am giving A, B, C, D. Of course, I mentioned the key also to the correcting people. So there I am giving something like that, correcting people. That is called a 25 fill in the blanks. I said. Actually, I said to people, so I don't want to go for this A, B, C, D. I want to give fill in the blank. They said, sir, students, now, sir, we have to give options, multiple choice. When I give this 25 question paper to one jalebi person, that person will give what? He will get automatically 15 marks. He will get it. Why? He will keep A, B, C, D. If luck is good, 25 also come. And do you mean you know Python? No. So that is called luck based exam. I call it. Now you give this question paper to him. You give this question paper. Write the name of the module for communicating with Oracle from Python. Dash I said. Will he write it? He will not write. Now I am writing something like import Numpy A, B, H stack, print C. What is an answer? Will he write it? Never. Why? Exact output I want to write it. Here I mentioned the note. Answer all the fill in the blanks with X, carry one mark. Student must write exact output. Exact output. Exact output you need to write. Pandas level also, NumPy also I typed it, and then series also I typed it. And these are all called symmetric different sets, etc. I typed it. These kind of things. Along with that, we are giving you what? Coding also, coding questions also. These are all exactly system test. This is a question number 1. This is a question number 2. Question number 2, validation of the person name. Guido Van Rossum is valid. Guido Dollar Van Rossum not valid. Guido 2 Van Rossum not valid because that number 2 is there. What is this? These are all valid. Next is called what? The Python marks, getting the students and then with regular expression, reading the data from file and then doing the operations. These are all called what? Files related data, pickling process, serialization process, CSV file, dictator writer, dictator reader. These questions I am not keeping. These are all questions from product based companies related questions. Now coming to this pandas related program. Pandas related program. I am giving the key for the correcting people who are giving correction. I am giving it. This is the way you will get the questions in the industry. Nobody will ask, explain the while loop, explain the advantages of NumPy. They don't ask. They'll ask directly what? Coding. That you need to be good. Okay, start. Object ND array dot what name? Attribute name. So I'm going to write it, student. In this case, dimension is going to be only single value are passing. Na? The ND array is going to contain the value like this only. It will be shown. The single value will be shown like this only. Array only it will be shown. If you are interested, you can just say this part value of a. Before this code, I say simply, keep like that. You execute it. Simply print NDA. Simply print NDA. What is printing? Array of a. There is no index, nothing is maintaining there. Simply NDA. If I print, I am getting that. If I print that, what is available? NDA. Value 10 is printed. Are you following? When 1D will be coming, I am telling the technique now. When 1D and 2D is printing, anything is containing, for example, Python is there. For example, Python is available. When P is containing what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Memory management of Python, positive indexing and what? Negative indexing. To access the value P, this is called my object. S of what? 0. That is going to be called what? One index I am maintaining. That is called 1D. 1D. Are you following me? Suppose there is a matrix now. There is a matrix called what? 10, 20, 30, 40. 10, 20, 30, 40. 0th row, first row. These are called rows. These are called what? Columns. Columns. I will explain that. Don't worry. How do you access this 10? A is equal to, in mathematics terminology, A of 0, comma 0. What is the 0? Row. What is the next 0? A of 0, 0. What is the value? How many indices I mentioned? That's why it is known as what? Two dimension. If I go to 3D, matrix number, row number, column number, that is called what? 3D. Cluster number, matrix number, row number, column number, that is called 4D. In real time, up to 3D only available now. 2D pictures, 3D pictures. Do you have 4D pictures? No, only 3D is available in the market. But you will learn 4D also, 4D process also there. But still in the industry, 4D not coming. Understand, ma? So if you are good in 3D, it is more than enough. Now, coming to this place, ma, here I am writing. Dimension is equal to ND. What is the dimension is printed now? 0, because to access the single element of this one ND array, no index is maintaining. That's why it is known as what? 0 index. Generally, people will expect what? 1D they will expect, but that is not going to be 1D. Are you able to follow now? What is the dimension, ma? 0. Will you remember that? All fundamental values, when I am converting into what type? ND array, all of them are containing single value. Single value converted to ND array whose dimension is what? 0. Keep in mind, next, I will go for printing. Next, I'm going to write it. Shape of NDA is equal to NDA dot, what is that now? Shape. Shape means it is going to give you, how many elements are there with me? 1 comma, you will get it. 1 comma, you will get it. That is nothing but what? You will be getting as what? Shape of NDA. You are getting a tuple. You are getting a tuple. That indicates that. Even myself gave something mistake here. Shape, size. Shape and then size. Size will give you the number of elements in that. Shape, you will get beginning there is some confusion will be there, but you will get the clarity here. Shape is called what? Empty. Why? It is not 1D, it is not 2D, it is not 3D. It is called what? 0D. 0D does not contain shape. Okay. You will get clarity. Don't worry about it. Now I am going to write it. Size of what? NDA is equal to NDA dot size. NDA dot size. See, my dear student, what is the size? 1. What is that? 1 says 1 element is available. Still, I will give lot of examples on shape and size of NDA. Now I am writing one more kind of thing. Print of data type of NDA is equal to NDA dot D type. Dear students, you are having what? Pen. In Python, what is it? Int. As I said to you, Numpy module was developed by Travis Oliphant in C language for fast execution purpose. Python is for what? Comfortability purpose. Now this 10 int is available. Internally, the value 10 is available in internal data types of C language. Internal data types of C language. Internal data types of C language is like this. I don't know how far you are good in C language. I don't know. Are you good in C language? Hmm? No, sir. You asked this question in our regular classes. So no problem, students. I am telling you, try to remember. int 8. Int 8. That 8 represents 8-bit representation of integer data. In my bitwise operators, number 10 is there, for example, 10. What is the binary format of 10? 1010. 1010 is the binary format of 10. So to store the 10, 4-bit is enough. Correct? If we go to 16, what is the 16 value? 16 value is what? 1, 0, 0, 0. This is the value. Right? How you can represent this data? 0, 0, 0, 1 and 0, 0, 0, 0. So how many bits are there? So int 8 represents what? 8-bit representation of int data. This is called internal data type of which language? Next, suppose 8 ones are coming, 8 ones are coming, just like a mathematics version. This is going to store what? 0 to 255 is called what? 8 bits maximum value. More than that, if I want to go for it, I will go for what? Into 16, I will take it. Into 16. This is called what? 16-bit representation. Next is called what? Int 32. Next is called int 64. 64. These are all called what? Capacity of integer data type. But as far as Python is concerned, it is storing unlimited data or not. So when you get int 8, int 16, int 32, int 64, don't get any tension that there is no useful to the Python programmer. When I print int D type in my system, it may print int 32 or int 64 it will print. What is that 32 called? 32-bit register. 64 means what? Simple. Will you understand? Now sometimes, and if I go very deep of it, UINT will be stored. UINT 8. UINT 8. What is the UINT 8? Unsigned int. This is called a signed int. Signed int means what? Positive value plus negative value of integers. Only positive values of integer. That is called U. Unsigned we can call in C language. UINT 8. It is called unsigned integer 8 bits. UINT 16. UINT 32. UINT 64. It is also going to show in some of the OSs. Generally, this will not show. Only what? This will be showing us what? Int 8, int 16, int 32, int 64. If your laptop is 32-bit register, it will show int 32. Understand, students? Next, when you come to float, my dear students, when you come to float, same to same. Float is the data type of what? Python. What is the internal data type of C language? Float 8, float 16, float 32, float 64. But my system will show from where? Float 64 bits onwards, it will show. But we never bother about all these things. We bother about what? Int, float, bool, complex, etc. types are what? So subtypes of what? Object. We worry about object only. We never worry about the internal data types of C language. Why I'm telling the internal data types of C language? Tomorrow, if we go for the selection rounds, first round is always testing your skill of your technically. How skill you are having programmatically. They will ask you directly, what is int 32? You will feel that my sir did not explain. What is int 32? 32-bit data, internal data type of C language. It stores my data in the form of 32-bit. But we never worry about that int 32. I bother about simply int. Are you following me? Simple. I am going to press the enter key. Please look at that. What is the answer you are getting? Int 32. What is the meaning of int 32? The value 10 is stored in the form of what? 32-bit register it is storing internally. What is the meaning of it? Clear? Well, so students, you are getting endim, shape, size, D type. Now, last one I am going to talk about it. Come on. Item size of what? NDA. NDA. That means a single item size of that. That will give you NDA dot item size. That will give you the memory space of that. What it is going to be? 4 bytes it will take. Are you following? Regarding the item size, don't worry. I'll take an appropriate moment at that time. And don't ask me again why NDM is 0, because that explanation I already gave. I never explain again and again once it is completed, because I will explain so crystal clear in the beginning only. You have to follow me carefully. Is it understandable? Why NDM is 0? Because single value never contain index. If no index, dimension is, shape is empty, shape is, size is, that's all. Understanding? If I use one index, what is the dimension? 1. If I use one index, dimension is what? 1. If I use two indices, dimension is, two indices means row index. That is called what? Only one index, one dimension. Three indices, that's all. If ask again and again, if I start repeating the same thing, it's a timing problem. So I don't want to go for repeating the same thing again and again. Similarly, quickly, I will go for taking this explanation now. So all the students in the class must concentrate. While I am explaining, they are looking here and there. I will ask immediately the question. If you don't answer, I'll send you out of the class. Because at least you can enjoy outside. Because when you are looking here and there, other people are watching you where this person is watching. They will also trying to watch. So, because there is one proverb is there in English. There is a basket of tomatoes are there or apples are there. Basket of tomatoes or apples are there. One apple is doing corrupted. One apple is having problem. Other apples also getting the problem. If this apple, if I throw it out, rest of the apples will be good. Correct or not? That point you remember. Now I'm going to move to the further. Shall I start now? So convert this point. So this I will take it. Int A is equal to 10.34. 10.34. And what is the type? What is the type? Float. Converted into what? End array. And getting this one. And the dimension, shape. What is the dim? Quickly. Shape is what? Empty. Size is what? 1. Size is 1. One element. D type is what? Float 32 or float 64 will be there. The size you don't worry, because I will give some explanation for size. Right? Run this code. A value, float value, it is ND array only. Dimension is 0. Shape is that. And float 64. Float 64 is what? Internal data type of C language. Go to Bool also same. Complex also same. I need not write again and again the same thing. I think you are understanding. All fundamental data types are converted into what type? ND array. And fundamental array conversion into ND array is not that much so super important, because in written test point of view, this is important. Which one is important? Dimension, shape, and size is important. D type also important. For which purpose? Written test purpose, selection process, MCQs purpose, this is an important. For actual code writing, this is not necessary. Go to the next one. STR type I am going to take. STR type. Be careful. I am coming to sequence type. I am coming. Sequence type. Here you see this part, all of them are called dim is 0, shape is empty, and size is what? 1. Now I am going to STR. Be careful. This is also one important point. Converting which type? Converting STR type value into ND array object. ND array object. So S is equal to Python. I am taking S is equal to Python. S is equal to Python. Converting to what? ND array object. Print of value of S is equal to comma S. Now I am going to take up what? Type of S. S. And a type of S. Type of S is called what? STR. Type of S. I'm writing. Under STR, almost I explained 6 to 7 hours about what? STR indexing, STR slicing. Part 1, part 2, almost about more than 6 hours I explained to you people. Print off, I said here. So print off, if I say that Python STR type is coming. Now convert into ND array. A is equal to NP dot array of yes, I am going to talk. Be careful, students. I will write it as usual. These points I will write it. Be careful. These points I am going to write it. Value of A, value of ND array, that I am going to write it A. And next type of A, ND array, that is the A type I am writing. And the dimension of A, this is quite interesting. What is the dimension of it? You need to say. Shape of A, also I will write it. Any determination. Size of that, here I am going to write it. And the D type of course, D type also I will write it. D type of A and ND dot that. And as item size, this for a few minutes, you don't worry, students. Come on to these places. What is the dimension? Come on, come on. 1. You are expecting 1. Try to see carefully. Try to see carefully. Is it a single value or more than one value? Hmm? Single or more than one? Single or more than one? If you take each letter, it is a more than one, but it is going to be treated as a single value. You can look at shape, size, everything you can look at. Try to run this code. See this carefully now. It is called ND array. What is the dimension here? 0. Because it is what value? Single value. Single value. Sir, I want to see the dimension also. We'll show you. Shape is what? Empty. And size is what? And less than U6. When you come to C language environment, directly there is no data type called what? STR. We used to take it as what? Array of characters. Array of characters is called what? String. But when you come to the Python environment, the C language represents our characters in such a way that it follows Unicode character set. C language follows what? ASCII. ASCII. But Python will follow Unicode character set. That means not only follows English letters, it will follow other language alphabets also, it will follow. That will be represented as letter called U, and it will take 6 digit. 6 values are available. 6 letters are available. U6 represents the data type of Python, which is internal data type of C language. STR in C language is what? U and 6 less than. You will get the symbol like this. This U represents a common Unicode character set, and the 6 represents what? Number of characters in the given string. I think you are following me. Similarly, if you want to get it, here I am going to write it. Say Python space PROG, you write it. Python space PROG. 6, 1 space, 7, and plus what? 11. So you are going to get it what? U11. This is also one of the important FAQ. And you are coming across regularly in the written test and in the coding also you will come across. Are you able to follow now? What is the dimension here? So tell me all fundamental data types, and then next is called what? All of them are treated as dimension is, shape is, size is. You remember these parameters, students. Rest of them I will take care. And did you understand the internal data type of STR? What is the internal data type of STR? Less than U, number of characters in the string, including spaces also will be counted. Able to follow? Right. Good. Coming to the next, online students, are you comfortable with this? Are you comfortable? Quick response, quick. Good. Now I want to ask you one small question here, a small uh, proposal. I'm keeping some small proposal. Will you attend the same class, Numpy class at 11 o'clock? Can I shift at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.? Online students, express your view. I want to see the survey. So I want to see yes means yes, you say, no means no. No. Mm. So, so I want to see how many yes, and all the people should participate in this survey, because in should people asked about this proposal. So, okay. So what about you, offline students? Slowly. In my class, don't make it as something like outside. You should be decent. Yes, raise the hands. Yes, sir. Okay. Okay. Get down. No. Oh, okay. Let it be. Okay. In this time only, I will continue. In this time only. So, so coming to the point of it, now I am entering into a proposal cancelled. Go to the further. Go to the further. After this is coming to this place. Now I will enter into list. I will go for it. List. So this next I will go to which type is there? Range. I am going to take it. Range. Be careful. Bytes, byte array will never occur us in the analysis part of that. Especially we are using in where data sending and data retrieving time only, end to end encryption time only, that will be coming. In the networking, I used to explain that. Coming to what next? Range. Be careful. Converting, converting which object? Range object, range object into what? ND array object. Come on now. Range is available in three syntaxes. Range of value, range of start comma stop, range of start comma stop comma step. Those values are available here. Now look at R is equal to a range of 0 comma 10, 0 comma 10, or simply I will write it 10. It gives the range of values for other batch students. I am writing from 0 to what? 10 minus 1. 10 minus 1 means 9. 9. That object I am going to print it. Sir, how to print this value? For a value in R, I will say print of what? Val. Print of val. If I print it, it is going to print 0 to 9. This, you are almost expert in this area in the Python. If you say print in the same line also, you can print it. This is related to range data type. Such a range object, we are converting into which type? End array. Convert it. So, print of what? That anyhow you are converting. A is equal to np dot array of R. R. Print of what here? A. And the type of A you are printing. What is this is printed? 0 to 9. What is this now? End array. Be careful. When we come to the range object, students, all of you, in the Python level, we learned it. All the values in the range are 1 or more than 1. Definitely what is there? Indices will be there. Indices. 0 to last n minus 1 and minus 1 to what? Minus of ln of n. That entire thing you know. So here I'm going to convert it. Converted here. Now I'm going to print it. Now I'm going to print it. Dimension, all those things I'm printing. This part I'm going to calculate, students. This part I'm going to carry here. Take care. Now I'm going to print it. This value you are going to print it. So print the dimension. Spell out all of you. Come on. 1D. It is going to be 1D. Why 1D? To access the elements of range, it is containing what? One index you will pass it. One index you will pass it. That's why dimension is called what? 1D. What is the shape of it? It is going to take it. What is the shape I mentioned it? 10 comma. It is going to say what? 10 comma. In the form of tuple it will maintain. What is the size it is going to print? 10. 10 comma. It is called what? representation of 1D in the form of shape. Shape means what? 2 rows, 3 columns. 3 rows, 3 columns. Two matrices, 3 rows, 3 columns. This is called a shape representation. But it is 1D only, na? It will say number of elements, comma. Comma means not mentioning the comma after because it doesn't contain what? Columns. Just number of elements only. Size is called what here? Just a minute. For you to give a spontaneous conclusion, 10, 20, 30, 40. 30, 40. What is the shape here? 2, comma 2. What is the size here? 4. 4. I think you are getting. Number of rows and number of columns are called shape. Product of number of rows and number of columns are called. That's all. Go to the place. Now I am going to run this code. I think students, now you got it. What is the dimension? 1. What is the shape of it? 10 comma. What is the size? Now here. Data type is what? Do you understand the data type, D type here? What is the D type here? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Which type these are called? Good. Shall I move to the further? Well, similar manner, I'm going to take up like this. What I'm going to take up? 10 comma, 10 comma, I'm writing 21. 21. It generates the values from where? 10 to 21 minus 1. 21 minus 1. That is 10 to what? 20. With a plus 1 incrementation in forward direction. Let us print the same thing here. 10 to what? 20. What is the dimension? Same. 11 comma, 11 comma, like this. Now I am going to take up one more example here. One more example here. 10 comma 21. I will write 100 comma something like 113 or 111 comma 2 I am writing, or something like 121 I am writing, 2 2 I am writing, 2 2 I am writing. What is this now? 100 comma 121 comma 2. What is this indicates? Start, stop, stop. What is this now? 100, 102, 104, 106, 108. Like that, it will give some number of values or not? Up to 120. When 121 comes, stops. This is the Python level range data type converting into this mechanism. So here we are getting with 2 difference is coming like that. Dimension 1, 11 elements into 32. Clear on? Good. Sir, why dimension is 1? I already said to you. Now, how do you access this range value? See, R of what? 0. What is the value coming? 100. R of minus 1, which will give you what? Yes, beautiful. 120. Similar manner, I will write what? A of 0 will give you 100. One index I am using. R of A of minus 1, 120. So, ND array object also follows what? Python indexing mechanism only. But this indexing mechanism, they don't ask when you go to interview. They will ask advanced indexing. Nobody can answer it. You bring any person, I will ask advanced indexing. Nobody can answer. I will tell you in the class, 80% will follow. 20% even in this class also will not follow. Why? Such a complicated advanced indexing it is. Such a complicated advanced indexing it is. They will ask you, write a program for getting principal diagonal elements. Principal diagonal elements. Inverse principal diagonal elements I want. With the 2D, 3D I want. Such a complicated examples will be coming. That's why crystal clear we are going to continue in this place. So coming to the point back, coming to the point back. So coming to this point, are you able to get it now? Now coming to this dimension of A, shape of A, size of A, D type of A. Is it clear? Now I am going to enter into the further. Now I am going to enter into the further. So coming to this area, I will go for, see my syntax once, slowly go to where? D type. Go to the place. I am going to take it, same data, enter into this place. Here I am going to take up range data type array, converting the same range of values into which type? ND array. Today I am writing comma. So far I used what in my syntax? Object. Now I am writing what also? So somebody is expecting get the range of values in which type? Float type. Which type? Float type. These values are printed in the form of what? Which type? I want with which type? Float values I want. Our range will give you what? Integer values only. But I want what? Float type I want. For that, there is a concept called R comma. Simply I will write what? Float. Simply I will write float. Or you can write it, if you are a beautiful student in my class of Python, D type is equal to float. What is this concept? Keyword argument. What is the first one is called positional. Next one is what? D type is equal to float. You can write it. Now you press enter key. All the values of R converted into which type? That means simply it will print 100 point, 102 point, 0 will not print, 0 will not print, 100 point, 102 point, 104 point, dot, I will say, dot 0 will not print. If any decimal places are there, decimal places will print. If 0 means 0 will not print. They designed like that. Let us execute. Be careful. 100 point, 102 point, etc. What is the type, ma'am? Float. What is the earlier type? Into 32. I hope you are following me. Now, go to the further. Go to the further. I am going to take up next term. Last and final I am going to take up. Here last and final I am going to take up. See that 0 comma 21 comma 5. 0 comma 21 comma 5. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20. I am writing D type is equal to true. D type is equal to true. What will print? Actual data is what? 0, 5, 10, 15, 20. Because this is a written test point of it. What is the 0? False. Rest of them are what? True, 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 true. Syntax error. All those errors are errors only. So coming to the point of it, cannot interpret true as D type. So here we are going to take it. So something like, so D type is equal to what, bool, bool. Do you know bool? What is the bool? Boolean class. Int is a class. Float is a class. Bool is a class. So coming to the point of it, see students, it is going to be what? False. True, 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 true. What is the false? Good. Why? Because 0 to 21. 0 means false. Rest of them are non-zero values. Non-zero values are what? True. Already in our classes we used to do it. Are you following me? Well, so are you understanding the D type of that? Bool is coming. This is called conversion of what? Range. The range is converted into end array. What is the dimension? One dimension. Next I am entering into further. Shall I go to the further? Well, students, carefully try to follow. I am going to take up range only I will take. R is equal to 2 dimension I am coming now. 2 dimension I am going to get it. Coming to the same point, very, very serious point here. 0 to 0 to 10 I am taking. 0 to 12 I am taking. 0 to 12 means what actually? 0 to 11. 0 to 11 means how many? 12. Okay. Range is coming. So D type you don't worry. I wrote it. So you try to don't worry about it. Come out of that. LN of what I am saying? Print of LN of what? R. LN of R you can say. Yeah, R you can say. It is called the 12 elements. LN of A also you can say. It is the 12 elements only. Okay. That's nice. What I'm trying to print is A is printed. I'll print the content of A. I'll print the content of A. Print content of A is equal to content of A is equal to A I will print it. So I got these elements, right? Which dimension it is, ma? One dimension. One dimension it is printed. Dimension, shape, everything you know. One dimension. So one dimension. Now I want to convert into which dimension? Two dimension I will go. Two dimension means row and column format is called two dimension, just like a matrix. So to convert into this one dimension to two dimension, there are two approaches are there. One is by using, one is by using reshape function, one more by using shape attribute. There are two approaches are there to convert the one dimension to any other dimension. There are two approaches are there. One is called reshape. One more is called what? Shape attribute. How do you write it? ND array object dot reshape of rows, comma, columns. This is one thing. Provided rows into columns must be equal to the number. For example, if I have 12, it is possible to write 3 into 4 and 3 rows and then 4. 4 rows and 3. 6 rows and 2. 2 rows and 6 columns. 12 into 1. 1 into 12. You can write it. Understand? But you cannot write it as what? 7 comma 2. You will get error. Type error will come. Type error will come. Getting my point? Well, students, another way how to do with shape attribute, ND array object dot shape is equal to rows comma columns. Columns. It is not, this is only for two dimension I am talking. Three dimension also I can do. Extra what will add here? Matrix number will come. Matrix number will come. Can I show you this? Now, what are the reshaping approaches? Compulsory question. Two. One is by using reshape function, one more by using shape attribute. Go to the place, try to open up your mouth. Don't sit quiet and calm. So try to open up. And dimension is called one dimension. Today I'm going to call it as convert into what? Sorry. Convert into which dimension? Two dimension. So I'm writing here convert ND array object, ND array object into two dimension 2D array by using reshape function. Reshape function. Come on, students. A dot reshape of. Since I have 12 elements are there, I can go for any one of the product of two. I will go for what? 3 comma 4. Just observe it. It is going to contain 3 rows and 4 columns are there or not? Because in data science level, there are a lot of requirement will be there in shaping the data. That time I will use which function? Reshape. Or what attribute? But when you say reshape, only output is coming, but still A value remains same only, like this only available. Are you following me? So go to, if at all I want to make it permanent, if at all I want to make it permanent, I have to write A is equal to. Are you following me? Then you print what is this now? A. Content of A. Content of A. I will write it in the next line. Print of what? A. So am I getting or not? This is called flatten the end array. This is printed like this. Below to that, I will print my data. What are the attributes? Dimension you carry. Dimension you carry. All such type of things you carry, students. Carry this entire thing. Content of A is printed, dimension is printed, shape is printed, size and then everything. What the dimension? Come on, two dimension. Two, number two will be printed. What is the shape? 3 comma 4. 3 comma 4. No confusion. Shape and then size, no confusion. Shape is called what? 3 comma 4. What is the size? That's all. D type. D type. Into 32. Come on here. Dimension. Shape. Are you following me? Earlier I was written what here? 12, 5 comma. 5 comma means 1D. Here it is called what? 2D. Sir, why 2D, sir? This is a 0th index, first index, second index. 0th column, first column, second column, third column. How do you print that value 5, ma? Value 5. A of, what is that? 1 comma 1. 1 comma 1. Two indices I am giving. That's why it is called what? Yes. Two dimension. What is an answer? 5. You can write negative indexes also. Negative indexes also will be there. -1, -2, -3, -1, -2, -2, -3, -4. What is the value of this 5? A of -2 comma -3. You can write that also. A of -2 comma -3. So getting same answer. So why you are feeling very simple today? Because already we done the rigorous experience on where this type of what indexing mechanisms. So coming to the point of it, I hope you are understanding the meaning of what dimension called what reshaping. Similarly, I want to reshape it with a different 3D level. I will go for it. 3D level. Can I do 3D level? Tell me now. Suppose you are writing 3 comma 4. You are writing 2 comma 3 comma 2. Okay now. What is the first two? Number of matrices. Spell out. What is the number of rows in each matrix? What is this two? Simple student. In my class, this is a boys matrix. In this class, this is a girls matrix. This entire thing is one matrix only now. This entire thing is one matrix only. So my classroom is the best example of what? Multi-dimensional. Two matrices are there. Boys row and then girls matrix. So here I am going to write it. 2 comma 3 comma 2. How many indices? 3. That's why dimension, shape, 2 comma 3 comma 2. Size, in D type, int. Very beautiful. This is called which matrix? First matrix. 0th matrix. What is this matrix? First matrix. I want 3. I want 0th row, first row, second row. 0th row, first row. 0th row, first row, second row. 0th row, first row. Come on. 0 comma 1 comma 1. It is going to give. What is this 0? 0th matrix, first row and then first column. How many indices? 3. That's why it is known as what? 3 dimension. Easy or difficult? A of 0 comma 1 comma 1 3. With a negative index also you can give. I will explain all those things in the further, nothing to worry. Is it clear? But go to, this is done by using which concept term? Reshaping mechanism. You can do the same thing by using what also? Shape. Let me do it quickly here. Let me do it quickly by using which function? Shape attribute. Shape attribute. So shape attribute, I am going to write it. Very simple, students. I am writing, come on here, a dot shape is equal to 4 comma, or I can write 6 comma 2. Simple. 6 comma 2. Are you following? 6 rows and suppose I am writing 6 comma 3. You will get which error? Type error. See, students, type error. Value error is coming. So cannot reshape an array of size what? 12 into what? 6 into 3, how many? But how many you have? That's why it is called what? Value error. Value error. So values are there, but unable to shape it. So I will write what now? 2. So I will write it. See, students, I got it now. 6 rows and 2 columns. Dimension is 2. 6 rows. Size into type. Able to follow? Right. Last and final. I'll go for here. I'm going to write it like this. Shape of, I'm writing, spelling 2 comma 2 comma 3. 2 comma 2 comma 3. Two matrices, two rows. Simple. Simple. Two matrices, 0, 1, 2 rows, 3 columns. 2 rows, 3 columns. I think you are following me. Right. So how many approaches are there to reshape my matrix? Number one, shape attribute. Don't forget that. How many attributes are there in ND? 5. Spell out D type, endim, shape, size, item size. Am I clear about the size and the shape? Am I clear about dimension and shape? So shape is expressed in the form of what? X comma, X comma, X comma Y, X comma Y comma Z. What is the dimension? 1. What is the dimension? What is the dimension? Super. X comma Y comma Z comma K. 4. But industry does not contain what? 4. Contains only what? 3. Are you following me? Item size, don't worry. Item size says individual element size. Suppose 4 integers are there. 4 integers are there. First element size is 4 bytes. Second element 4. 4 plus 4, 8. 8 plus next 4, like that. 4 into 4, 16. 16 is called what? Total memory space of the items. Not a total number of items. Memory space of the items of the ND array. That's why you don't worry, because your mindset is not enough to hold my topic. I will show you with the coding. Okay, now simple in my class, there are 10 boys are there. Each boy size is 70 kgs. Boy dot item size is how much? 70. How many boys are there? 10 boys. What is the item size will give you? No, 70. 70 will give. It won't give 10 into 70. What is that 70? Memory space. If you want to do that, I'll write a simple code to find the memories. That is also very important, because they will ask a question, what is the difference between size and item size? Size will give you what? Number of elements. What is item size will give you memory space of the items of individual elements of the ND array. Okay, now? So right now, don't worry about it. Whatever I'm saying, just to be perfect. Other thing, how to access it? ND array object dot attribute. I will write it this clearly. I'll send you the notes. Right now, don't worry about the notes for it. Remember for a few days. Whenever I say, you need to spell out all the 5 and you need to be perfect up to 4. Clear up? Right. Now, students, coming to the point back, here still I need to go for which type? Range is over. Next, I will go for what? Next, I will go for covering in the next class, because I don't want to make it too much to run away. I want to tell you perfectly so that other things you can learn well. This is not just a class. Array one example over, getting 1 hour. I'm not completing the course. You have to learn the course in such a way that you have to get grip in the subject part. Okay, now tomorrow still half of the class I will continue with what? List with the inner list, inner dictionaries, all those things I will explain. Don't miss the further. So Uma, so please take the morning class 11 a.m. sir. Hmm? Somebody will say 11 a.m., 1 p.m. Okay, sir. So last and final. 11 to 1, raise the hands. 11 to 1, raise the hands. Okay. 6 to 8, raise the hands. Okay. Offline, majority of them 6 p.m. only. Online students, please respond for uh, uh, 6 p.m. 6 p.m. You tell 6 p.m. I want to see the survey. 6 p.m. Say yes, yes, yes. 6 p.m. if you want. Okay. More yeses are there. Now stop. Now stop. Now stop. 11 to 1. 11 to 1 you say now. Yes, yes. 11 to 1. Okay. So 11 to 1, yes, is very less. So 6 p.m. is more or there. So we'll follow you. You follow me. Okay, students, I will stop the class. Tomorrow class I will continue. This example I will send you. These notes I will tell you in the tomorrow, because still not completed. Am I in there? Doing exercise by standing or what? So carry on, students. So, Swastik. What Swastik is saying? Sir, please go little bit slow. Okay. So Vijay, is tomorrow holiday, sir. Tomorrow you are in online, my dear student. So is in online. So whether a holiday na working day na is in home only. So why holiday? Tomorrow is a working day. You have to attend the class. Fine. Morning today, my 7 o'clock I missed it because I was stuck up in the traffic. 6:40 I started from my home. I came to 6:40 I was in the traffic. So I used to come very early. But today 8:40 I came to the office. So totally 2.5 hours in traffic. And what people are doing outside, and for small statue also, keeping very big cranes and all, keeping some item songs and coming to the places. So something is doing wrong. Anyhow, students, 1 or 2 days that problems will be there. Try to understand. Tomorrow, 7 o'clock, students, I'll come on time to the class. I found some new route. Today I will come some new route. I searched in Google Map. I'll come to the different route I will come. So don't miss tomorrow class. Thank you. Carry on. All the best.